The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
Well, what a weird-ass day up at Hallis Hall yesterday where misinformation went all over the city and all over the country, as a matter of fact, with people that, like the Adam Schefters and the Ian Rappaports, the insiders of football that always deliver. It seems to be something that's going on with whatever your team, like our team, Chicago or whatever. But boy, defensive coordinator Alan Williams resigned with reports of Hallis Hall getting raided by the FBI yesterday, which was false. These are the stories that go out there because everybody wants to be first on some story, and you get some kind of source.
How do you mess that up, though? You can see that.
That's a hard one to do.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a big thing.
Having been
visual.
Having been to Hallis Hall and put a real estate sign in front of it and then almost getting arrested, I understand this process. There's a lot of cameras.
It just seems like if you were a Bears journalist and you had sources with the Bears, you could shoot off a text that said, FBI there today or no?
Or not.
Or not.
Or like drive by, because like you would see them.
Yeah. So that was one. Part of that story is that former legendary Bear, Peanut Tillman, is now an FBI agent. That's true, that he was also there helping to raid Hallis Hall.
So it's true that Charles Peanut Tillman is an FBI agent, but it's not true he was not at Hallis Hall yesterday.
That's true. Yep, that's true. Peanut Tillman is now an FBI agent.
Well, I didn't know I was gonna have that takeaway from the story.
The more you know.
Everything else seems to be false. They also said that Alan Williams, the defensive coordinator, his home was raided, and there was a lot of really, I don't even want to talk about the accusations that were out there because it's slanderous if it's not true, which it seems to be not true at this point. Now, something might come out in weeks, who knows? But people have a desire to be first and get something out there with a, quote, anonymous source and never give you the source. I did sports talk radio for several years. This is what people do. They say they have a source, and then they put something out there. What's your source? Oh, I can't say. I got to protect my source. I'll protect them until I go to court and put me in jail.
Like my imagination. Why?
Could be. So his lawyer came out, Alan Williams, the defensive coordinator, said all this is false. It's for health reasons and to be with his family. Also, not very good defensive coordinator might be part of the whole story here.
I have a question.
Yes.
Because I read something, and then I didn't do a deep dive because I just thought I'd ask live on the radio.
Oh, geez, I don't know where this is going.
Somebody said also one of the rumors, rumor has it, was that it was the FBI raided because they thought that the reason his wife was missing is because of him. Is his wife missing? Did you see that one?
I did not see that. Case, can you find out if his wife's missing?
Let me go grab my magnifying glass. I'm going to look for her real quick.
And I'm like, how have we not addressed the fact that his wife is missing? Or like, there was something about it. Like, it was an investigation with his wife as well.
Yeah, it was a tornado of misinformation yesterday. Now, if Case comes to me and says his wife is missing.
So many insane rumors.
Yeah, I mean, basically, his lawyer has said there's been zero contact with law enforcement. There was unequivocally not a raid on Hallis Hall as reported. There is no criminal accusations or claims or activity. The rumors are completely untrue. That's what's been put out there. And Williams himself just said, I worship, I'm paraphrasing a little bit where he says, I worship the NFL and I will plan to coach again, but I step away for health and family. I appreciate the opportunity with the Bears, a storied NFL franchise with rich history in the McCaskey family.
Does he have to step away to be with his family because his wife's missing?
Case, you got any update on that? No?
I don't see anything saying that she's missing. Now, maybe that's part of the mystery.
Yeah.
Is that, the Google searches are missing as well.
A lot of misinformation.
I saw it on the Twitter.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, the Twitter, the X, whatever you want to
Kenzie's primary news source is Instagram, so if that's untrue.
You know what? I was also the first one to hear about all this.
I will say.
This guy, false report, I was the first one in the group chat.
I was taking a nice little nap yesterday. That way, Kenzie's little text came through about the misinformation going around.
Not to say, by the way, that you were the first to report it, not to say it was false. You were like, you guys will not going to believe what's happening at Hallis Hall right now.
I said, hey, a lot of stuff going on. I think that's exactly what I wrote in the chat.
Which is probably the accuracy of the reporter that started this whole thing. Hey, a lot of stuff going on. Let's get this out there. So that's where it's at. But what it does in general is make the Bears a new level, a new low of what's going on here in the situation. Because it's not just you're losing games and you're not just, kind of an embarrassment to cities like next year. It's becoming where you might not get out of this rut, this gut of like, what is happening?
It's like bad news all over the place.
It's horrific. And that also, let's add on to that what Justin Fields said yesterday. So quarterback Justin Fields in a press conference earlier in the day. So I was talking about his play in the game, and he was asked questions about, like, what do you think's going on? What's the problem?
Why are you so robotic?
Yeah. And here's a great question asked. I wish I had the name of the sports reporter who asked this question. I don't have her name. But here's what she asked, and here was his response.
What do you think was causing you to think so much, maybe think too much?
Could be, coaching. I think they're doing their job when they're giving me, what to look at, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, I, can't be thinking about that when the game comes. I prepare myself throughout the week, and then when the game comes, it's time to play free at that point. So, just thinking less and, playing more.
That's an unedited clip. He clearly said coaching.
That was his first response.
His first response. And this was a 2-minute long clip. We edited it down to about 20 seconds where he was asked about being robotic, playing that way. And he said it could be coaching. So there's nothing fishy going on there.
No, everybody remember that. For the next clip you're about to hear, we just heard Justin Fields go, Justin, why are you playing the way you are? His response, coaching.
Coaching. Now, he had a practice then. He went to practice. Apparently things didn't go well in practice where they were saying, what did you say? What did you say? So he came out after practice.
Do we have audio of that?
We have audio. Well, no, that's me paraphrasing.
Oh, okay.
I'm making up. My source told me that. But this is what Justin
The
Fields.
source told us that he got there and they said, what'd you say?
What'd you say? What'd you say? But here's what happened after practice. He had to kind of backpedal and apologize.
I need to play better. That's it, point blank. If y'all, that's what I should have said in the first place. But I was trying to give y'all more details because I appreciate y'all for doing what y'all do, and I try to give y'all the information y'all want for you guys' job. So I'm gonna do that, and in the future, but I ask you guys just to put the whole quote out. Don't cut it up into words and pieces to make it seem like I'm saying something that I'm not.
Okay, nothing was cut there.
Will you go back to the press conference and play the first 5 seconds of it just to make sure we're not missing any context?
We didn't cut anything.
What causing you to think so much, maybe think too much?
Could be, coaching.
We didn't cut nothing. That's the press conference. You weren't taken out of context for like a little clip they do to cancel people. No, that's not what happened here, Justin. You're fine. You said what you said, and then you're sorry what you said. And, I guarantee practice was not fun when he said that and they came in. What'd you say? My source said that's what he said to him. Matt Eberflus said to him, what'd you say?
I do have a slight update, though.
Oh, boy.
And I thought I had it because this article says, how it cuts off, right? It says Alan Williams, Chicago Bears defensive coordinator, resigns after missing ... And I'm like, oh yeah, I click on it. Last game, citing health. I'm like, damn it. I'm really looking for that white thing.
Oh.
I think Kinsey was onto something because we alluded to the fact that we were going to talk about this about a half hour ago, and Kinsey was mentioning that maybe there's a curse within the Bears organization that has caused this in the same way the Billy Goats curse the Bambino.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's official. I think we need to anoint it. And I grew up Catholic. I know my way around Holy Spirits. We're in the curse of the double doink. Everything has gone downhill since.
Everything. Exactly right. Since the double doink, nothing's been the same.
Man, that was poetic. That was like
I
a yearbook
gotta
quote.
be honest. It doesn't sound as spicy as the other curses.
Let me see.
That's embarrassing.
Since the double doink, nothing's been the same.
No, it doesn't sound as good. Like the curse of the great Bambino. That sounds like a story. Like the curse of the double doink sounds stupid. I don't want to say
it's the
that.
Bears. What do you expect?
Doesn't sound good.
I'll give you another stat that could be a curse. Since firing Lovie Smith, okay? They fired Lovie Smith when he went 10-6 and got to a Super Bowl, by the way, and lost. Since then, the Bears have had only one winning record, and that was the double doink year, which they ended up not getting the playoffs and instill that. So is it a Lovie Smith curse? What can you make with a Lovie curse, kind of, Kenzie? Can you do that? Some cute way to make the Lovie curse? I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. Like, we don't Lovie this curse.
Could be. And by the way, Justin Fields, his contract ends next year. He's making $19 million. If he's going to say he made a mistake in what he said, that's why you get paid that kind of money. I usually don't count on other people's money. That's not huge. But he's trying to get probably a $200 million contract, which he's not going to get.
No.
But you have to be careful what you say in press conferences. Okay, more bad news on the Chicago sports. Cubs got spanked by the Pirates last night, 13-7. Still in third. It was talk like a pirate day yesterday. Still in third in the wild card. Half game up on the Marlins, a game behind the D-backs. Terrible. There's a week and a half left in the season. What are you doing? What's going on?
I can't believe they might not make the playoffs.
This is tragic too.
I had money on them winning the division. This is why White Sox fans should not bet on the Cubs' success. This has gone horribly for me.
What'd you bet? How much you bet on that DraftKings app?
With my promo code Q101, I put quite a bit of money on that.
What's quite a bit?
I could have won $14.
Hell yeah. That's a little Jersey Mike's lunch there.
Oh, my God.
Pretty nice. They'll do it again tonight. Also, the White Sox got crushed by the Nats 13-3. It's just not looking good overall. Now, we know that season's over.
Are they not going to be in the playoffs either?
They're not, but here's the more interesting stat.
I just wanted to circle back on that.
Here's the more interesting stat,
How
Kenzie.
wild does that card get? You know what I'm saying?
How do you feel about this stat, Kenzie?
What?
White Sox need to go 5-4 the next week and a half to not lose 100 games.
That's a bummer that's like the end goal. Do you know what I mean? Like that's not the brightest light at the end of the tunnel.
I can't explain the logic behind it, but there's something so much more satisfying about a team going 63-99 than 62-100. I'm going to be really bummed if we hit that triple-digit mark in the loss column.
Oh.
It just for the sake of like almost aesthetically, it just looks so much better to have 99 losses.
Now, when the Cubs were in the rebuild to get to the World Series, it was only 3 seasons after that, 3 or 4, that they dropped out at a 100-game loss. You think the White Sox are in that position?
No.
Okay.
Things are not going well. They're not going to turn around anytime soon.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Bad Omens tonight at the Salt Shed. Sold out show. We gave away a ton of tickets to that, so I expect to see our crew members get us out there on social media. Can't wait to see your pictures and video of the show. Case the producer will be on hand as well at the show, so look for him. 312-591-8300. Call right now to compete in Clash with Kenzie. We got Neon Trees tickets for the House of Blues. So more free tickets we're throwing out. Neon Trees House of Blues coming up a week from Monday. 312-591-8300. Call now to compete. And while we go to break here, let's play the news report. You probably saw it, that horrible crash of a military fighter jet. Now, the pilot lived. He parachuted out. But this was an eyewitness on the news talking about what he saw down there in the South when this plane crashed and whizzed by.
Normally, it's pretty quiet, but on Sunday afternoon,
I was in the bathroom taking a shave, and I heard a screeching, between a screech and a whistle. I said, what in the world is this? And I heard a boom. Then my whole house shook.
White says he didn't realize it was a plane at the time, so he didn't call anybody.
The first thought came to me, I said, what's a meteorite coming out of space or something? And I said, well, if the airplane, it needed to be reported. But the thing was flying just too low.
Oh, what did it sound like again? Can't remember.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
You can't defeat her. She's too powerful.
Clash with Kenzie.
Let the battle begin.
Q101.
Let's go. Trivia contest for Neon Trees to get to the House of Blues, and Mike and Munster will be competing against Kenzie today. Mike, ahoy, tell us something really quick about yourself.
Yes, I work in healthcare here in Munster, and my 9-year-old son, Quentin, is a huge fan. He listens every day, and he really wants me to win for him.
Okay, what about you?
Awesome, yeah. Are you not one?
I'm also a fan. I think Justin 5-1 once many moons ago.
Okay,
so,
here we go.
Trying to see if I got the chops here against Kenzie.
Let's do it. So first one to 5 wins. Listen carefully. If Kenzie gets one wrong, you can steal a point. She can do the same to you. Call heads or tails on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Call it.
Tails.
It's heads.
Ooh, I've been doing good this week.
You've been killing it with coin tosses lately. And trivia questions as well.
Oh, thanks.
But more so the coin tosses.
I think I lost yesterday, actually. Trivia.
Let's see here. All right. Kenzie, are you ready?
Yeah.
What is the highest female voice in a choir?
A soprano?
Soprano's right. Let's see here. Mike, what comic strip is Snoopy in?
Peanuts.
Peanuts is right. We're tied up. Kenzie, what festival was billed as 3 days of peace and music?
Woodstock.
That was Woodstock. Good job.
Good vibes. Last one didn't go super well, though.
I saw a documentary about it. Not good.
Not good.
Not good.
Woodstock 95, awesome.
94, technically.
94?
Yeah.
99? Some people would say it was awesome, but there was watch the documentary.
The entire thing started on fire, Brian.
I remember that. And there was a lot of problems there.
And then Burning Man was invented. No. They came up with the idea.
Though out of the womb of Woodstock 99 came Burning Man.
Yeah.
They're like, what if we do all of that?
Wow. That blows my mind.
Yeah.
That's probably real.
All right, 2-1. It is back to Mike.
Mike, what president is referenced on the Illinois license plate?
That's Abe Lincoln.
Abe Lincoln. Oh, you know him as Abe, huh? Not just Abraham?
Yeah, we're on a first-name basis.
Yeah. All right. Back to Kenzie.
Yeah, tie ball game.
Where did Lilo and Stitch live?
Hawaii.
Oh, boy. Are we getting through these too easy here? Let's see here. Mike, what is the Spanish word for the number 8?
Ocho.
Ocho is right. 3-3. Okay. Play along at 312-591-8800 on the text line, by the way. Is it back to Kenzie?
It is. It's 3-3.
Which Sprouse twin played Ross's son in Friends?
I believe Cole.
That was Cole.
Okay.
God, I'm trying to up the ante here a little bit. Let's see, Mike. What was Shel Silverstein's profession?
He was a poet.
He was a poet. He was an author. Bro, Where the Sidewalk Ends is addicted to it. You know what that is, Case?
You're addicted to it?
It's in Harper's room and I read it to her.
So it's Halo, it's Red Bull, and it's Where the Sidewalk Ends. Those are the things you're addicted to?
I highly doubt that if I pop by your house, you just can't put that thing down. I think you're exaggerating.
Do you like the book or does your child like the book?
I love the book and I'm making her like it.
Nice.
Yeah, it's parenting right there.
Yeah.
Let's see, are we 4-4?
It's 4-4 and it's back to Kenzie.
Wow, next question wins?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Kenzie.
Yes.
I'm trying to find the toughest question out there, but let's see here.
Just go in order.
Okay, I'll go in order. What war began after the assassination of Franz Ferdinand? What war?
And I have the question about how to say 8 in Spanish. Franz Ferdinand?
Yeah, after his assassination, Franz Ferdinand.
Like the bull? Ferdinand?
No, just him.
The guy.
His assassination. I don't know. The War of 1812.
It wasn't the War of 1812. This would be Mike for the win.
That would be World War I.
World War I. Congratulations, Mike. You are going to Neon Trees at the House of Blues.
Oh, well, thank you so much. That was close. My heart was pounding there. I thought you might squeak that one out.
Nope.
Nope, didn't happen. Nope.
The Q101 Morning Crew's Clash with Kenzie.
On Q101.
So don't worry, we're a half hour away from Ticket Blitz Thursday. Måneskin tickets for a week from Friday at the All-State Arena coming up at 8 a.m.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101 coming up at 8 a.m. Ticket Blitz Thursday launches Måneskin tickets every hour today after we get it going. And then 9 a.m. world premiere music from Blink 182. Put that in your phone right now. Make sure you do not miss it. 9 a.m. sharp. New Blink 182. No one's got it but us. I like to say that. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think so. So be here for that. Now, I said before the Foo Fighters song that if you've ever played a video game, you got free money coming to you. How? Well, this involves the game Fortnite. So parents whose kids bought virtual gear without their knowledge of Fortnite, that video game, could be entitled to a refund. U.S. regulators were stating that more than 37 million people, so maybe you got an email about this, that they'd be eligible for compensation as part of a legal settlement with Epic Games, the maker of Fortnite. The FTC announced that Epic Games would pay $520 million in penalties and refunds to settle complaints revolving around children's privacy and its payment methods that tricked players into making unintended purchases while playing the game. Does your kid play Fortnite at all?
He doesn't do Fortnite. It's really, I think he's tried it before.
Yeah.
He likes like the Roblox,
Yep.
Among Us, and Minecraft. I think he's more in that age group.
Yeah.
Because he's a little younger, still at 9, you know.
I mean, Fortnite kind of feels old at this point, but just a couple years ago, it was basically worth like $50 billion of what the activity playing of every kid playing it, and what it did during the game where you could buy gear and like virtual gear, like skins, they call it. So That's what kids did without their parents' permission because they were linked to an account on the game, and they're saying the complaint said they were tricked into buying that stuff.
If your kid buys something, though, with your credit card because it's not theirs, I've done that before. I remember my parents doing that. They call and be like, my kid wasn't authorized to do this. You took unauthorized. And you have to get your money back anyways for anything.
I don't know how it all went with because these people complained. So I guess they didn't go that route. Maybe they couldn't get the money back in that. I don't know. You're right, because if it's on a credit card, you can make a complaint on that.
Right, because it's not theirs. So it's like, you know.
They're also saying that Epic Games agreed to pay $275 million fine for collecting personal information on Fortnite players under the age of 13 without informing their parents or getting written consent. That was the biggest penalty imposed by the FTC, saying that broke a lot of rules that way. But there's a website you can go to, and we'll put a link up to it, where if you feel like you're in this situation, you're entitled to some of that money. It's a lot of money. $500 million, you could have a piece of it. Even if it's $100, get some of that back.
I hope your kid didn't spend $500 million on Fortnite. I hope
it's not going to one kid. 37 million people. So what is that divided by? 520 million divided by 37. 520 000 divided by 37 000. That's like $14 a person.
That was so anticlimactic. That's such a bummer.
That really didn't feel good when I said it out loud.
No,
that wasn't
it didn't.
good.
Did it?
Holy cow. But I guess, also the kids probably felt dumb buying the stuff too at some point. Like, I'm sure they loved it, but the parents felt dumb.
I promise you, kids never feel dumb for anything. They felt great. They're like, he has gold armor. Hello, it's worth it.
Well, my kid's not old enough to get to that point yet. At 11 months old to get in video games. She already could go grab the phone though and swipe and things like that. So.
Oh my gosh, they love phones forever.
Yeah.
All kids.
It's completely addictive from genetics, like from birth.
Seriously.
That's it. Sucks. Oh, but anyway, what is a purchase you regret? Now, I know you let your kid do this, not necessarily your fault in the situation, but is there a purchase that you regret? And explain why. Check in at 312-591-8300. I hope if you're one of these parents, too, by the way, in the Chicagoland area, you're going to get some money back on this deal from Fortnite, from the people that do it. Is there a purchase that you regret off the top of your head? Because I have one that comes to me instantly. I bought a yoga mat. Now, I talked myself...
Why?
Because I talked myself in that I was going to make some changes, and yoga just is stretching. So I thought, okay, I can stretch on a mat. So I bought this mat 8 years ago.
You just lay down on it?
It's really nice. I bought a big one that's designed for my height because I'm 6'4 1/4. I wanted to fit on it.
So you to buy a custom yoga mat?
I bought a custom one. I think they sell pretty cheap, but I bought one for like $72.
You bought a $72 yoga mat?
So you can get them cheaper, right?
Yes.
Okay. And I bought it 8 years ago, and I've used it twice.
For what would you use it for?
Well, once I legitimately used it for yoga during the pandemic because I wanted to get into it, and I realized, damn, yoga's hard. It's not just stretching. I thought it was like laying on the mat and just kind of, yeah, that's yoga.
Yeah, that's how people get in amazing shape.
Those poses are difficult.
That's the point, Brian.
I know, but I couldn't do it. I tried once, I gave up, and I did take an amazing nap on that yoga mat one day. Because I was really tired. I know it's not that
Guest rooms
thick.
were full. You had to roll it out.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So, yeah, I wish I had that $72 back. Is there a purchase that stands out in your head that just you regret?
I actually had a recent one, and it's bad that I regret it because, I should be doing it. But I went on a this prenatal plan. Like, you know how you're supposed to take
vitamins?
Prenatal vitamins,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But there's this brand that's supposed to be incredible, okay? And it's a huge plan, and it's really comprehensive. And I was like, I'm going to go with the full-blown kit. And it comes with, collagen powder and probiotics and prebiotics and omegas. And even the prenatals themselves, you take 8 of them a day.
Wow.
And I was like, I'm going to be the healthiest person ever. Well, because, it's so much, and they're the worst smelling things ever. It's too organic.
The vitamins are too smelly?
I literally, if I open the bottle, I get physically sick. I have to hold my breath, open it, dump out my vitamins, close the bottle, pick up the vitamins, and run to a different spot before I breathe or I get sick. They smell so bad.
Stinky vitamins.
And it's just, now I don't do them. I would have used more if I just had a delicious gummy version of a vitamin.
Oh, gummy.
I'll be like, I'm not in the mood. I can't smell that right now. It's going to smell so bad.
Get the Flintstone gummy vitamins.
I know. Now I'm just having less vitamins because I bought the really nice ones that I can't stomach all the time.
How much they cost?
It was $120.
Woo!
I know, for the plan.
For stinky vitamins.
I know. And I'm just like, why didn't I just get normal? I'm avoiding my vitamins at all costs. It's horrible.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
312-591-8300. What purchase do you regret? Katie's checking in from Chicago. Katie, ahoy.
Hi. So I bought some Post Malone tickets for me and my sister to go.
Yeah.
They were $500.
Each or 500 each or 500 total?
So 500 total.
Okay.
Yeah, and she tossed them.
What do you mean she tossed them?
Just threw them out. Didn't know what they were, threw them out.
Wait, whoa, what?
Yeah, and then blamed me.
I don't understand.
So, like, she saw him on the counter and just was like,
Yeah.
these probably are important.
Yeah, they were in, like, an envelope, and she's a clutter freak, and she threw them out.
That's really weird.
You bought physical tickets, though? I
That's what I
can't
was
even
saying,
imagine
too.
that.
Yeah.
This was a few years ago, but yeah, they were mailed to me.
Yeah, a few years ago, they still were doing paper tickets. Now everything's digital.
I know.
For this reason, for your sister.
I guess, yeah, it would be a good point of why digital would come in handy.
I wonder, is there any way to get that back by calling the ticket company and saying, like, my dog ate the tickets or something like
just
that?
a reprint of the same seats,
Yeah.
right? Did you look into it at all?
I don't know. That's a good question. I didn't. I called it a loss. I just bought new ones. So I actually spent about $1,000.
What? You bought new ones instead of calling and checking?
Damn.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I want to be your friend. You sound like you're doing very well
Yeah,
in life.
Miss Lottery winner.
I know.
It was worth it. Good night with my sister, you know?
Well, that's very generous.
I can't believe you still brought her. I'd be like, no.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, and we're talking about Fortnite.
What are we talking about?
What are we talking about? The FTC is getting you money back from your kids buying stuff on Fortnite. There's been a legal settlement of $500 million. So 37 million people can go to a website, say, hey, my kid bought this gear, this virtual gear without me knowing the skins. And hey, I want my money back. And it turns out maybe you'll get $14 back. And that's okay. 'Cause I think they were like $2 and $3 at a time. Depends how many your kid went ham on. You know, if he's playing Fortnite, which I don't know. I've heard those stories of hundreds of dollars spent on Fortnite.
So someone texted in, and I wish I could find the text because it was like 20 minutes ago,
Oh,
and we got
damn.
blown up with this. But apparently the reason they really got in trouble for this, because I'm like, well, you can always complain if your kid uses your credit card. You're always allowed to report that. They had this mystery prize thing that you could buy, and it got categorized as gambling.
Oh.
So then they had underage kids essentially gambling.
Yeah. Yeah, that happens.
Every day's a gamble. Come on.
We're talking about the purchases you regret. And we had a girl call up and said she bought Post Malone tickets and her sister threw them away. She bought more. And I thought that was kind of weird because in the world we are now, every ticket's digital. But it was only a few years ago. But Amanda in East Garfield Park said the same thing. Yep, my dad bought me Green Day tickets for my birthday. He actually got the hard copy tickets, and my mother also threw them away. So he had to buy me more tickets. Listen, in my house, if you had thrown away tickets, you ain't getting any more tickets.
Well, it was her birthday gift, and the mom threw them away, though.
Well, then I know, but then you just go, you go to Five Below and you get to pick something out after that. That's your birthday gift. If you throw away $400 worth of Green Day tickets.
Not going to Five Below, but as a replacement birthday gift.
No, Five Below is amazing.
There's some good deals in there.
That's a great place.
I got a disco ball there once.
Oh, it's so fun.
And it was below 5, which was very exciting.
And also, a pro tip with Halloween coming up, the candy in there in Five Below, good deals.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I trust that. I feel like that's probably the same candy from
where?
From when you were sludge.
It's not old candy.
Nobody goes there
No,
for
it's
candy.
not. No, it's not. It's not old candy. It isn't.
Brands that don't even exist anymore.
I mean, I don't have a 100% guarantee on that, but
Yeah.
Chad also checked in. I had a starter pullover jacket in high school. I regretted it every day that winter because I froze my butt off. There's no insulation in those starter jackets. But hey, Chad, you looked good, I bet. I was going to buy a Bears starter jacket last week. Not anymore. Because they're reissuing these starter jackets out there, and they look amazing.
That's a good, I just save I suppose you could buy it now with no players, nothing like a year or player's name. And then when they are good, because they'll get more expensive when they're good. Maybe they're on sale.
Right when the asteroid hits in 2182, we talked about yesterday when the Bears were good again.
Just our luck.
Yeah.
We're going to have our biggest comeback ever, and the asteroid's going to be funneling towards us.
Yep. That's what Bears fans go through. Rio the Mail Man checking in. Ahoy, Rio. So what purchase did you regret?
Now, before I say this, I just want to see if it worked, and I've never had no complaints.
Okay.
But I bought some pills to make you remember longer and last longer. I just wanted to see if it worked.
Now, wait a minute. Well, are you talking about erectile dysfunction pills?
I ain't going to say dysfunction. It just makes it longer. And you'll last longer.
Erectile more function. That's what you're looking for. Okay.
Yeah, it's just more function. That's all that is.
Yeah. So you were just curious, right? You're operating fine.
And if it's gonna help, why not? You know.
So, what exactly didn't work?
None of it.
None of it.
It didn't. It was just pretty much a pill. It was a placebo.
Oh. I mean, you didn't feel anything?
Nah.
Did you take them back?
I wish. I took like 20 days worth, and it was like, okay, this is going nowhere.
Well, how many days in were you kind of like, well, I'll give it one more day to see if something happens down there?
I think 10 days in, I was like, okay, there's nothing happening whatsoever.
Didn't you
but
have
I
to, like, work
kept
and
going.
stuff? I mean, there was no concern about what would happen?
He was a mailman.
So, no, I wasn't. I ain't had no concern. I said, what happens, what happens.
I know. There's a couple of directors that have that viewpoint, too.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.